Gab is back for this game. He's been grabbing the headlines back in England because apparently he's told his friends that Manchester United are interested in buying him in the summer. It could be up to $200 million.
Did he come up with that number too?
I don't know where that number's down from. His friend told him.
I mean, look, we've seen United take an interest in Neymar before. United are interested in any global superstar who becomes available. I think the thinking here is, not necessarily from United, but from people who'd love to see this deal happen, is Lionel Messi has to extend his contract. He hasn't done it yet. This is a way of perhaps hedging your bets a little bit, getting involved in the conversation. Should Barcelona, find the way? Should they sign a new manager who decides maybe we're better off in putting all our eggs in Messi's basket or whatever, and what can we get elsewhere? But I think this is all very, very preliminary. He's got a great thing going on in Barcelona. He is the heir apparent. The narrative is that because Messi's going to play another 3, 4, 5 years, Neymar's not going to become number one until he's in his late 20s. And so it's not going to be like the Messi-Ronaldinho succession where Barcelona ditched Ronaldinho at age 28 to make way for Messi. I think that's the idea that's driving it. But between that and negotiations and actually people sitting across the table, I think that's a long way off.
It would be some story, wouldn't it? If Man United could pull off bringing in a superstar.
I'm not seeing that happening.
Like that. No, I know. But you take it, Ibrahimovic has got this horrendous injury. It's going to be difficult to come back. They would had to have been looking anyway, even if he was fit, to go and bring other people in to get a bit more youth or quality around him. Marcus Rashford's a young man still. But now that we know he's going to be out for a long time, at least, they're going to have to go and make a big noise in the summer. Now, people may laugh and say, well, have you seen the United team and how they're playing? But that doesn't matter. They have the financial clout and they potentially have the pull to still go out. And we saw it last year with Pogba. Now, if they go out and they try and chase a Neymar or a Griezmann or maybe both, that's going to make a big announcement to the world of football. Now, whether that can happen or not, whether he would leave Barcelona, I don't know.
The narrative is, as to why people suggesting Neymar is going to leave, as Gab was saying, he wants to be number one, and he won't be with Lionel Messi there. Do you believe that? Because surely, if you get the chance to play with Messi...
Look, I think there's huge attractions to Barcelona for Neymar for a number of reasons. Yes, playing alongside Lionel Messi, and as Gab mentioned, already labelled as the heir apparent. Barcelona are also in a way better position to be challenging not only for domestic but European honours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Manchester United, with or without Neymar, with spending 200 million or not, are really one of the front runners for European glory right now. Maybe it's a process, maybe 3 or 4 years. But does Neymar want to leave Barcelona, who will always be on everybody's lips in terms of European football, to go to a project, as it were? I just don't see it happening.
We are indeed talking about this. Neymar has been linked with a move to Manchester United. The latest report saying that he's even spoken to his friends about Jose Mourinho's interest in the Brazilian. Shaka, how much do you read into this?
Not a whole lot. I have a feeling you started this rumor, Alexis.
I honestly did not, but...
Manchester United, understandably linked with a lot of big names, and will be throughout the summer, no question.
They have the money, though.
No question, they've got the money to spend. It's all about whether those players see their futures at Old Trafford. Now, in terms of Neymar, and despite what he may be telling his friends, or not as the case may be, I don't see why Neymar leaves the Camp Nou. And yes, he is currently playing second fiddle to Lionel Messi. Who wouldn't? Lionel Messi, who's quickly approaching his 30th birthday. Even Lionel Messi one day, his superpowers will begin to fail him. And that's when I think Neymar steps in as the heir apparent.
But does he want to wait for it? Because Neymar is not getting any younger either.
He's not getting any younger, but at the same time, he's 25 years old. He's in a side that I think will continue to compete at the top of La Liga, will continue to compete in the Champions League. He will, I think, continue to thrive under Lionel Messi. Now, I don't see the issue with being second fiddle, as it were, even for the time being, to somebody like Lionel Messi, if you continue to win games and challenge for trophies. Now, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen at Old Trafford. Nothing this season has suggested as much. I don't see why you go from possibly, or being in the conversation of winning major silverware at Barcelona to maybe hoping that you can sneak in at Manchester United with the understanding that, yes, I'll be the star and maybe I can move my rating up in terms of the Ballon d'Or, etc. I just find that argument to be totally twisted. You stay where you think you're going to win trophies. You move when there's a need to. I don't think there's a need for Neymar.
All right, well, Barcelona also going on through some difficult times too. Plus, there will have a managerial change. So time will indeed tell. Man United being linked with Antoine Griezmann. Who knows, Shaka, his up, because money does have a lot of power.
You spread the rumors.
To rest him on Sunday, bring Tuanzebe in, or is that just not
bring?
possible? And Tuanzebe instead.
In this moment, is the only option we have. Is Axel, Eric, and Daly. I think Eric and Daly, they played again absolutely amazing. I have to speak with them and see how they are and see how they feel. I'm also training hard in the gym, so I can be an option also. Mourinho and Tuanzebe against Swansea.
Very special edition of Predictor, because it's all about goalkeepers. Shaka, you must be very happy that all these top goalkeepers are in the limelight now. Let's start off with Thibaut Courtois at Chelsea. He has been linked with a move to Real Madrid along with David De Gea. Does he go or does David De Gea go?
I'll answer these two simultaneously as you ask them. I've said a long time ago, I think Real Madrid are interested in only David De Gea. That's where their sights are set.
But he might stay at United.
You asked me the question. I think David De Gea, of the two, is the one more likely to leave. Thibaut Courtois stays.
So Chelsea,
you might be happy with that
man.
answer. And United lose theirs.
All right, let's move on now to Joe Hart. A lot's been made of him. 30 years old now, so again, he's no spring chicken, but he is a goalkeeper, so he could have some years left in him. He's been linked with, as far as Liverpool, do you see him coming back to the Premier League?
I do, without question at all. Joe Hart has had an indifferent season for Torino, no question, but still highly regarded in English football. A lot of clubs, a lot of big clubs, are looking for a goalkeeper. I think Joe Hart would be head of that list. He finds his way back to the Premier League.
As you said, a lot of big clubs looking for goalkeepers. Hugo Lloris could be one of those big goalkeepers. He has recently said that Mauricio Pochettino is the reason why he stayed at Tottenham. If Pochettino does indeed stay on, time will tell. Does he stay at Spurs too?
I think he does. And you see Tottenham Hotspur having a fairly consistent couple of seasons. You see them getting better. It's a young, exciting squad. As you mentioned, he likes Pochettino, bought into what he's doing at White Hart Lane, or Wembley, as it soon very well may be. I don't think Hugo Lloris goes anywhere.
All right, and finally to the one that everyone seems to be very excited over, Gianluigi Donnarumma at AC Milan. But if Manchester United do indeed lose David De Gea, who is such a big part of the squad, is Donnarumma the man? Would that be good business?
You and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I think a lot of clubs miss their opportunity with Donnarumma, or more to the point, with AC Milan probably back in January. New Chinese investment coming to Milan.
Exactly.
They've got money to spend. Donnarumma, the most prized of their assets right now. I just don't see how they let him go. I think again, everybody in the Premier League, including Juventus, probably missed their chance. I think Donnarumma stays in Milan for another season or two.
Oh, Shaka, that's probably not what Manchester United supporters wanted to hear. But at least I know you're a happy bunny, because we are talking about goalkeepers, some top ones in the world up for grabs in the transfer window. We'll see if Shaka's predictions do indeed come true.
At the bottom of the Premier League, Sunderland and Middlesbrough all but down. It's all about who will join them as it stands. Swansea City currently sitting in 18th. They are 2 points adrift of Hull. You imagine Burnley will get enough points between now and the end of the season to keep themselves safe. Swansea, of course, go to Old Trafford this weekend against a Manchester United side heavily depleted, so much so Jose Mourinho said that he might have to play himself. Obviously, Fellaini suspended along with Ibrahimovic. Mata, the list goes on of the people who are out. Could Swansea get something here?
I don't see it. I mean, they've struggled at times, United, against the so-called weaker teams who've sat in. They've created bundles of chances, lots of possession, and many times haven't finished them off. that's been their Achilles heel. But I don't see it happening again. I really don't see Swansea being able to go there, try and get 10 men behind the ball and defend for 90 minutes and get a result. I see Man United comfortably by a couple of goals in this game.
As much as Manchester United have issues, this is pretty much the same squad, less Fellaini, that got the draw against City, that of course everybody was lauding them after they beat Chelsea. Swansea are a poor team. You come to Old Trafford, despite the injuries, despite the issues that United have, they should take full 3 points.
Meanwhile, you got Southampton against Hull City. What's it like, boys? Like, you obviously been there, done that, with regards to having nothing to really play for.
You try to convince your coach that you are still playing.
Because like, for Southampton, you know, they're fine. You know,
well, I thought they were professional against Chelsea, but obviously they lost. But I thought they were very professional. But from Hull City's perspective, you want to pinpoint teams who are really kind of mid-table, not going to be in Europe, not going to be relegated, and you do talk about it in the dressing room. Listen, lads, these are thinking about the holidays. We can get at these. Right. We can win our battles in there, and I think that's what Hull will have to do.
I think oftentimes the first 15 or 20 minutes of these games dictate how the rest of it goes for Southampton. They get a goal, they get something to encourage them. I think they're too strong, which it should be for Hull, which is exactly what I think happens. Unfortunately for Hull, though I do think they survive at the end of the season, I just don't see them getting anything against.
Should James leave Real Madrid, Gab, is the first question.
By the way, I have naturally grey hair. I simply dye the rest of my head for colour.
That'd be brilliant.
I have no idea what's going on.
Like I think this is the challenge for guys like James, like Isco, is that they're not going to get into the starting 11 anytime soon, and that's why there's a whole diatribe over Isco's contract, which expires in 2018. Now I know you asked about James and not Isco, so in James' case, it's actually a little worse because he has a longer contract, he earns more money, he's more difficult to place, and the kind of teams that can afford somebody like James are only going to sign him if he gets playing time and does something substantial. My guess is that he's either maybe going to go on loan, or if not, he's going to stick around and hope that the 2018 World Cup can offer enough of a showcase that he can get moved to another big club, because I don't see him starting for Real Madrid anytime soon.
No.
If you went for lunch with him today,
yes,
how come he went to the cafe about 15 minutes before we came on air?
I don't know. What did you get?
How many dinners are you having today?
I had a snack.
Oh, was that a snack?
I had a mid-afternoon snack.
By the way, I played with a guy who went fully grey when he was in his 20s. Fully. Ravanelli.
Oh yeah.
So don't pick on people that go grey.
I'm not picking on. I'm picking on the fact that Xhaka plucked his grey hairs out.
I have no idea how.
What did you do with them once they plucked them? Did you keep them as a collection? Which manager performed better in the Manchester derby?
Which one?
Which manager?
I think Mourinho.
Goodness me.
Mourinho. Okay.
No, because Mourinho had less to work with. All right, it was boring. But when you think about what Pep had and Andy was at home, Mourinho did a better job, effectively.
I'm trying to wipe that game from my memory.
Well, there you are.
I think.
Finally, Gab. Considering the performance of Isco, Asensio, etc., and Hazard rumoured as a target, should Madrid cut their losses and sell Bale?
It's an interesting one. I think at the right price, you sell Bale. The problem is he's not going to be out for the rest of the season, so you're not going to get the quote-unquote right price for him. It's funny. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. If you talk about last summer, fresh off winning the Champions League, you could have probably sold Bale for a Pogba-like figure, gotten all your money back, and rebuilt a team. But football doesn't quite work that way. So no, my guess is that they're not going to sell Bale over the summer. And they've also committed another long-term contract to him that makes him even tougher to move.
A lot of Real Madrid questions, isn't there, in the last couple of days? Have you been setting up fake Twitter accounts?
No, I haven't been setting up
and tweeting in?
No.
I think you have.
I have not.
Sitting at home.
What do I care about your opinions about Real Madrid?
No, but you just wanted to get them in so you can start talking about.
You are
Real
a little
Madrid.
bit suspect, Thomas.
Don't start, plucker.
Fake
right,
Twitter.
ESPN FC.
Hey, I must warn you. I wouldn't say that too often. That could go horribly wrong.
No, it's fine. I say it with confidence. We will be back on Sunday to over lunch, I noticed that Shaka had some grey hairs. I said, oh, got a few up there.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah,
Quite a few.
I've stopped fighting it. I used to pluck them.
What?
You used to pluck your grey hairs.
That's a lie.
Shaq. What do you mean it's a lie?
That's a lie.
Shaq, do not back down on this. Why would I make that up?
I don't know.
You don't. Imagine you with the tweezers there. Dink,
You see the
dink,
few on
dink,
there?
dink.
There's a few on there, isn't there?
I can't believe you used to pluck them, Shaq.
I don't see any grey.
Yeah, there are some right at the front. Right. Should
Not
have.
as much as Dan.
Is that why you're gone?
Yeah, but I don't pluck them. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't know where you pull that up.
Yeah,
I don't know where you pluck that
Ah. Gab.
You can't get them plucked when you get an army haircut.
from. Okay.
See somebody get my hair cut.